Yeah, this wrong.
I've come to talk to you about Huttons. Oh,
Good evening. Tonight we're going to look at a subject that everyone has an opinion about. Television adverts. You either love them or you hate them, and that's nothing new. George Orwell once described advertising as the rattling of a stick inside a swill bucket, while an American ad executive said it was the most fun you can have with your clothes on. Well, one or two people might not quite see it that way, including John Wayne.
Margaret, one take three.
Folks, I want to talk to you about outlaws. Not the kind I bring in, but this kind that Grosby makes. They're tough. And they're cheap. You can hang her. Oh, Jesus. I knew it.
One take four. Go.
Folks, I'd like to talk to you about outlaws. Not the kind I bring in, but this kind that Grosby makes. They're tough. And they're cheap. You can hang around everywhere. Jesus. That's gonna throw me all day.
Well, folks, that was John Wayne in Australia making, or trying to make, a commercial for Grosby shoes. It was one of the few commercials that he ever did, and as we'll see throughout the show, he must have wished he'd never bothered. Well, tonight we look at the world of the TV commercials. Some have amused, some have created stars. They're also a source of marvellous spontaneous humour known as goof takes. We'll be showing you some beauties tonight. To whet your appetite, here are Pete and Dud trying to get their act together, but to no avail.
Do you realise, Dad? Do you realise you have a rare form of elephant? It's not a joke when you got it.
Some of the most popular commercials are the ones that make us laugh, selling aimed at the funny bone. For example, take a look at this compilation of a series of commercials done by one of Australia's best-loved sons, and which incidentally has made him a very big star on British television.
Ah, g'day. They've asked me over from Oz to introduce you all to Foster's Draft. And here it is. Everyone's talking about this really beautiful Carol. So I thought I'd buy her a drink. In Australia, we really know how to look after the Sheilas. G'day. This reminds me of the days we spent chasing packs of wild dingoes through the scrub. 6 hours in the saddle without a drink. Wouldn't have been possible without the ace drop of Foster's at the end of it. I'm glad to see that now you've got Foster's Draft over here, you're taking an interest in other fair dinkum Aussie activities. But it won't take long to catch that pack of funny-looking dingoes. What's that, Fred?
Morris dancing.
Oh. Which one's Morris? When they invited me along to this turnout, I took the precaution of bringing enough of the amber nectar to go around. Looks like I did the right thing, too, because that stuff looks to be about as popular as a rattlesnake and a lucky dip. It's true. Must be worse than I thought.
The art of making commercials is truly international. Just about everyone's got in on the act. As we'll see in a moment, some foreign ads exploit visual humour so cleverly that words are superfluous. Others are unintentionally hilarious, like this one from Africa, which depicts a group of people suffering from St. Vitus dance, trying to deal with a plague of flies at the same time.
Ne tuez plus les moustiques avec des claques sur vos joues. Des claques sur vos cuisses, des claques sur vos bras. Super Timor est là.
Super Timor est encore là. Avec sa nouvelle
formule. Le temps de sentir l'odeur super qui mord. Les insectes sont déjà morts. Super qui mord avec ta nouvelle formule. Vraiment plus fort.
Te amo.
Oh, no.
Te adoro.
No, no.
Te quiero besar.
National Banner Arm Stand.
これがナショナル乾電池ハイトップです。丈夫で長持ちの働き者です。この小さな物体に蓄えられたエネルギーは偉大です。トランジスタラジオならつけっぱなしで百数十時間。時計、カミソリ、テープレコーダー、フラッシュライト、それにおもちゃなどに使えます。私も愛用しているのです。
America is really the home of the TV commercial. Where else but America could you have had a campaign for Sony using the slogan, "From those wonderful folks who brought you Pearl Harbor"? Well, here are some international award winners from the States, each with its own particular brand of humor.
I'll have the luncheon platter.
Not till 11:30.
At the Manhattan Savings Bank, our tellers start eating lunch at 10:15.
The breakfast special.
Not after 10 o'clock.
When you come into the bank on your lunch hour, we want every teller there. So you spend less of your lunch at the bank and more of your lunch at lunch.
How about a bologna sandwich?
Okay. On a roll.
Bologna on a roll.
No rolls.
The Manhattan Savings Bank. You might not want to work here, but it's a great place to bank.
How do you begin to talk about a swell love? I was in the malt shop drinking my usual cola when it happened. When she entered my life, she was so different, fresh, clean. I had to tell her, gee, you're swell. The rest was like a dream. Gee, you're swell. I loved my Aunt Cola, and she loved me. Ours was a love that would last forever. I broke clean for my Aunt Cola. And so my love for my Aunt Cola carried me to a deeper, lasting understanding. Oh, I am thirsty. I'm really thirsty. But then it happened. Oh my gosh, gone. And that's my story. It's over, but I've found a new friend. She understands, and that helps. Jeez.
Attention, the Detroit Zoo will open in 5 minutes.
5 minutes, please. Just 5 minutes.
My lines! My lines! I can't remember my line, Gaffer.
My makeup! My makeup!
Wardrobe! I say wardrobe!
How do I look? Seriously, how do I look?
Hey, hon, give me a little kiss before I go on.
Okay, guys, this way.
Wrong way, guys.
Nice going, Melvin. My lines! My lines!
I want to talk to my agent.
Let me talk to your agent.
Take it from me, you just gotta keep cool.
Positions, everyone.
Hey, no shoving. Who's shoving?
Hey, this place is a zoo.
Visit the Detroit Zoo and see how the stars live.
1 and 2 and...
And all the funny stuff comes from overseas. Australia has produced its own share of very funny commercials. They may not rely on witty conversation, but like this one, they are rich in visual images and character.
In some jobs, you can't be too careful. You need tough drill work pants or permanent press strides from King G. Even Slater the curator wears our Fit Anyone jeans, as Chrysler's aren't as heavy stuff to handle. Luckily, Scott the Swab here wears our drill trousers too, because his mum knows they can take a tumble. King G trousers. If they were any tougher, they'd rust.
Now, in a moment, we'll look at early ads and some of the famous faces who sold us everything from cornflakes to cologne. But before that, one famous face is still trying to get it right.
One take 5. Go.
Folks, I'd like to talk to you about outlaws. Not the kind that I bring in, but this kind. Grosby's. No, that's no good, is it?
Go.
Folks, I want to talk to you about outlaws. Not the kind I bring in, but Grosby outlaws. They're tough. That's not right, is it?
Remember those? Some commercials have a way of becoming national institutions, like those two. Where would Australia be without aeroplane jelly? And where would aeroplane jelly be without its jingle? A song that's been called this country's surrogate national anthem. We've taken a collection of some old ads and put them together for a trip down memory lane.
Snap, crackle, pop, that's the song we love to hear.
Hold it, boys. Flavors fresh as a daisy, cool as ice, and so long-lasting. It's new Super White Colonos toothpaste. The best-tasting, best decay-fighting toothpaste you've ever tried.
Winter, 1988.
Bye, Mum. Bye, Dad.
This is station PIB, channel 13.
Oil is safe, oil is clean, oil is comfort, oil supreme, oil's the heat for you. You like living with oil heat. Oil is safe, oil is clean, oil is comfort, oil supreme, oil's the heat for you. Economic oil.
He knows that oil heat saves him money. I don't know why he always watches that commercial.
Safeguard your social success. Keep underarms fragrant and dry, free from embarrassing odor for 24 hours with added cream deodorant.
Moments you remember, moments you share. You need it is. Moments you remember, moments you share. You need it for you.
Gentle, so gentle, it's the gentlest. That's the beauty of love. Pure, so pure, it's the purest. That's the beauty of love. That's the beauty of love. You'll be a little lovelier every day.
Avon calling. For all the family.
The offers of Norman Ross discounts are honest. Betty Archdale and I wouldn't do their commercials if they weren't.
Righto. Where's the spray fresh?
Hey!
Kathy!
Spray fish is for all the family, Mummy.
Throw away those messy creams and sticky roll-ons. For all-day protection, use clean, easy-to-apply Spray Fresh, the perfect personal deodorant.
For all the family.
We were all a lot more innocent in those days, weren't we? Everybody has to start somewhere. All those budding Oliviers and Streeps are just waiting for the part that will take them to Hollywood and beyond. Few of them will find it peddling soap or deodorant, but some very well-known faces have been seen selling a variety of products. Groucho Marx once said, the man's only as old as the woman he feels. Well, see how old you feel when you take a look at these youthful faces.
There ought to be a better word than delicious. Just for Kellogg's Corn Flakes.
What have I
like cold water?
I wash in cold water a lot.
But not with Omo.
With Omo.
It works?
Yes, very much so. Just the same as in hot water. And
it's good with colors and white.
Everything.
And they fill me up with vitamins each morning to keep me full of energy all day. Oh, Kellogg's bring the best to you each morning. We love those flakes that only Kellogg's make. Yes, there ought to be a better word than delicious.
On nutrition.
Just for Kellogg's cornflakes.
Let's see how well you know your potatoes. First, there's your common or garden spud, and we don't want to be common, do we?
Avon Good Groomers please Dad and help small folk enjoy dressing time.
No matter where you've been. Love that shirt. Oh, will we do?
I like the good things in life, like deer hide and doe hide by Nilex. But then, doesn't everybody?
Go together like me and you.
Butter does contain less calories than many other spreads and oils. Butter is better.
It's whiter than it's ever been. Like it's been washed in sunshine.
What's the big hot news for men?
Gillette stainless steel blades.
Get more shaves, better shaves, shave out the shave with
Gillette.
Get the cool look, the cool look. Get the modern look, get the Vaseline hair cream look. Get the cool look, the cool look. Get the modern look, get the Vaseline hair cream look.
Now, nostalgia is wonderful, even if the past isn't what it used to be. From an ad man's point of view, however, the past can be an effective selling point. The ad named the most effective in 25 years of Australian television also won a gold medal at Cannes in 1979, the only Aussie commercial to be so honoured. It's an outright exercise in nostalgia.
When my mother gave me the 2 rings after the last farewell dinner, she said, well, this should be for you, to make you happy. 1 ring should be for the new country, and another ring should be for the old country. So the 2 rings together should make a very strong bond. So it means don't forget where you come from, but try to be happy where you're going to.
When you're thinking of home, go home on the telephone.
Australia.
Apparently that ad caused a 600% increase in international calls to those countries involved. It's a real tribute to the power of advertising. Maybe E.T. saw that before he phoned home. By now, John Wayne probably wants to phone his agent to find a way to break the contract.
1 take 7. Go.
Folks, I'd like to talk to you about outlaws. Not the kind I bring in, but Grosby outlaws. Grosby.
Crosby outlaws, 3 take 1.
Well, folks, there's still a lot of outlaws around. Now we're hanging around.
G'day, Graham. How are you, mate?
Oh, too bad, thanks.
Commercials not only sell products, they also sell images, and sometimes national images. On Australian TV, for instance, TV Italians are either voluble mamas or bottom-pinching lechers. And we all know that that simply isn't true. Neither is the popular notion that Poms are but unwashed figures of fun. Rather than laugh at other people's misfortunes, perhaps you should have a look at how Australia is portrayed to Americans. Qantas use the humble koala, or as the Americans say it, koala bear, to flog their product. You'll see that the campaign has confused a whole generation of Americans.
Yes, it's me, film fans. I'm turning my back on Qantas. From now on, not a word about them giving people the superstar treatment. Not a word about them flying to more places in Australia than anyone else. Not a word about them being the popular choice to Australia. Not even a word about the cast of thousands they'll bring to disturb my peace and quiet.
But you'll still make Qantas commercials, won't you?
Yes, silent ones.
What are these animals called behind me? Have you any idea?
Yeah, Qantas bears.
Qantas bears. Why are they called Qantas bears?
They're on the airline commercial all the time.
They're not really. They're really called koalas.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
No,
They're koalas. I'm from Australia. I should know.
No, they're Qantas bears.
No, they're koalas.
Watch TV.
Watch the koalas.
Education really is a wonderful thing, isn't it? But if you think the Americans have the wrong end of the stick, have a look at the Australia that some dastardly English ad man has created.
G'day. Hello. I've got a bit of a grog shop out here. I have a small brewery in a remote part of Australia. You brew the odd drop of amber fluid. I brew a beer called Kangaroo, which is based on an old Aboriginal recipe. Spread the word. I was planning a worldwide advertising campaign, but then Kestrel Pilsner Lager arrived, a British brew, which was acclaimed for its dry, strong taste. Makes mine taste like Wallabrawonga, which is Aboriginal for a sheep dip. And Kestrel makes Kangaroo taste like Wallabrawonga.
You realise, of course, that although these commercials depict Australians as unintelligible and indeed unintelligent, they don't really insult, as they do acknowledge that Australians are the experts in the field of beer drinking. The parody of national characteristics, ethnic jokes really, is a potent way of selling. It makes the potential customer feel superior. Some might say self-satisfied and smug. It might well be, as someone once said, that making a commercial is a science of arresting intelligence long enough to extract money from it. Take sex, for instance, and a lot of people do. Its universal appeal as a selling agent is that a well-stocked figure is easier to hire than a well-turned phrase. I'll show you what I mean with this compilation showing how bums and boobs sell everything. Get the message? Well, you could hardly miss it, really. The French, of course, are a lot more subtle about sex. They ought to be. It's their national pastime. Their method of selling bras, for instance, shows a certain Gallic flair.
Les femmes sont belles en soutien-gorge. En soutien-gorge Dim. Ça leur va bien. Le voile de maintien de Dim soutient bien les gros et les petits seins. Tous les seins. Pour chaque femme, il y a un Dim qui va.
I think it was 2 poached eggs, not boiled eggs. Anyway, compare it to how Australians used to sell bras, and you get a useful insight into national characteristics.
Bra across your heart with stretch to lift and separate so you're suddenly shapelier.
Yes. See?
Side stretch. Right. Back stretches. Stretches every which way. Great.
But the Oscar for selling sex must go to the Brazilians. They've got an elegantly erotic way of selling the unmentionable.
I'm getting ready for you. Won't you get ready for me? Won't you get ready?
Fun without ruin. But let's put sex behind us, and a lot of people have. The real skill in making a commercial is in making a statement in the quickest and most effective way. Here are two gems showing what I mean. Two very different but beautifully crafted cameos.
Kowalski, Crumb, and Gallagher.
It's for my girl Shirley. We're gonna be married.
Dear John, oh how I hate to write. Dear John, I must let you know tonight that my love for you is gone. So I'm sending you this song. Tonight I'm with another. You like him, John? He's your brother. So due to you forever, dear John.
Play it again, John.
Watching those ads, you can see why so many movie directors started their careers shooting commercials. Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
Take three. Action.
Folks, there are a lot of outlaws hanging around. That's no good.
Take six. Action.
Well, folks, you may have noticed there's still a lot of outlaws hanging around. Crosby outlaws, that is. This is no good.
Welcome back, folks. Meanwhile, back at the OK Corral.
Take 8. Action.
Well, folks, you may have noticed there's still a lot of outlaws hanging around. Crosby outlaws, that is. And they're still tough. And they're still cheap.
Crosby.
They're great, mate. Right? Why didn't you wait till I asked you right?
All good commercials make you laugh. Some make you angry or even cry. The most powerful commercials at the international festivals are always those for a good cause. Many of them are intended to shock us into action. This British ad is a good case in point. The theme is unemployment of the young.
This is a Manpower Services Commission announcement.
They shouldn't allow it.
Why don't they do something about it?
It's a disgrace.
This is how it feels to be young, willing, and out of work. How it feels when, through no fault of your own, you can't get a job. Without help, thousands of teenagers are going to go under. It's your help they're crying out for, because if you're an employer, you can give them up to 6 months' work experience and we'll pay them. So if you can't give them a permanent job, you can still give them a chance. Telephone the Youth Opportunities Programme on Glasgow 331 2751 and help them to help themselves.
These dramatic and hard-hitting ads are vastly different from the glossy images that we usually associate with the world of commercials. The object of the ad man, of course, is to make a product glamorous and desirable, hardly the likely outcome of a spot like this.
There was a time, not so very long ago, when our country was blessed with an age of milk and honey. But as if from nowhere, a word we thought died during the Great Depression engulfed us all: inflation. Like many other countries in the Western world, it has plunged us into a profound crisis. Inflation is not an economic term. It is a disease, a cancerous disease that, if allowed to get out of control, will simply eat this country bare. But your government can't solve it alone. Your trade union can't solve it alone either. Nor can your company, your boss, or your organization. Only all of us working together as one can do it. Not just for yourself, but more importantly, for your country. Inflation is not just an economic term. It's a disease.
Now, that ad was so controversial, it was almost banned. It generated more viewer complaint than almost any other ad that's ever been shown, and the man who made it eventually withdrew it. It may sound like a surprising comparison, but it has been said that a good ad should be like a good sermon. It should not only comfort the afflicted, it should also afflict the comfortable. The following ads certainly do that. They're all about or involve children, and they're packed with emotion. Some are Australian, some from overseas. You should be warned that you may find them very hard to take.
He's not crying for his mother's milk. He's crying for his mother's heroin. It's not unusual for children of heroin addicts to be born with withdrawal symptoms. It's not unusual for them to end up in Bernardo's care. This year, Bernardo's desperately need $1 million to help children like this. Please, help Bernardo's help a child.
Last night, Peter wet his bed, but he won't tonight because tonight his mother's teaching him a lesson he'll never forget. Over the past 3 years, we've helped a lot of kids like Peter by helping mothers like Peter's mother. But pretty soon, we won't be helping anyone because we're running out of money. Please ring 616038 or send us a donation now while there's still time. And then just maybe, Peter can spend tomorrow night where he belongs, in his bed.
Public service message from the Massachusetts Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Children.
Welcome back. First of all, let's see how the new epic Gone with the Wane is progressing.
3 take 11. Nice happy one, this one, please. And action.
Well, folks, no, it's...
3 take 12. Action.
Well, folks, I don't know.
3 take 15. Action.
Well, folks, you may have noticed there's still a lot of outlaws hanging around. Crosby outlaws, that is. And they're still tough. And they're also cheap.
Crosby?
They're great, mate. Right? Why don't you wait until I say right?
The adage that if anything can go wrong, it will, is the very essence of filming a commercial. Animals refuse to eat pet food, children fight like cats and dogs, sets fall down, and actors forget their lines. In fact, even the most professional actors can have difficulty remembering the simplest lines. Take a look at this lot of collective amnesia.
1 take 5. Number
8. I've come to talk to you about Huttons.
Oh, I come to talk to you about Hutton, so I brought along a ham. No sense of humour. Oh,
When someone like Dick Van Dyke gets together with someone like Bill Cosby, something pretty marvelous usually happens, right? Like getting these... What the bloody hell are they?
Take two.
Stop it.
Fine.
Do you realise, Dad? Do you realise you have a rare form of elephant? It's not a joke when you got it.
Got it. Oh, right.
You have a rare form of elephantiasis.
Ah.
Any swelling? You have a rare form.
You got a cold spoon. Okay, right. Hamlet.
You have a rare form of elephantiasis.
Oh, shit, I can't stop. All right. Right, so...
Cost money.
I know, it's expensive. I'll buy that last lot. Right, you may have to.
You have a rare form. Other stuff has come off now.
A bit of makeup on you, so you get... One.
You have a rare form of elephantiasis.
Right, ready. Right, we can't see you. Sorry, take it right off because...
You have a rare form of elephantiasis. Any swellings?
I'll to get me out in.
You have a rare form of elephantiasis.
Ah.
Any swellings?
Swellings? I've got a big lump back here.
A big lump back there?
Yeah.
Let me see it.
Yeah.
It's not just your memory, of course, that can fail you. Bottles won't open, doors get stuck fast, and some animals prove to be uncooperative in the most embarrassing way.
Trust British paints?
A white tornado in a bottle, Jimmy.
I reckon I've tapped a few kegs the hard way in me time, so now I'm going to show you the easy way. First, pick up your keg. New KB keg. Then to tap it, insert your finger here and pull, and pull, and pull, and pull, and pull, up, and pull. She's tapped.
Rover, come on. Come on. You may eat. Yes, you can. Oh, I did it the wrong way. It's confused. Sit. You may eat. Rover boy, this is delicious here. This is pal dog food. Rover? Oh, he's...
Making a television commercial involves not only a great deal of money, but a great deal of time, often spent by the artist sitting around contemplating the meaning of life. In such circumstances, the brain is often starved of oxygen, and madness ensues, as we'll now see.
Excuse I.
This is the new TV Radio Express. They say that our darling Don Lane is making a comeback. How tragic at his age. And Mums and Dads, poor Andrea has had a heart attack. And Brian Davies is married very secretly, and I know who she is. And that Christine Roberts has been banned from a Sydney club. They probably found out she was a woman. And that John Laws is a raving poofer.
Well, what do you think, Maggie?
John, I think they're really fantastic, darling. Terrific little dresses. But listen, how much are they?
Well, just wait for it. $4 to $10.
Shit!
Well, I'm glad you're so genuinely impressed.
His face again.
Okay, Denise, take 5.
God, do we deserve a coffee break? I love coffee with cream, but I should never look at that. But Jesus, it's good. 11 calories a level teaspoon. And it really tastes really creamy. It's shit hot. No, honestly. Get it for yourself. Coffee, mate, with cream. 11 calories. Get it in you. Bloody ripper.
Kindness. For the drink I have when they won't let me drink anymore.
Wait a minute.
Okay. Possums. Possums. I bet I know what's going through your mind now. You want to just rush out and choke your home chock-a-block with wonderful, wonderful Whirlpool appliances until the family can't. They have to crawl through the crevices, the little interstices between the Whirlpool products, forcing their way, perhaps covering themselves with baby oil so they can slide through the cracks of these wonderful, bulging Whirlpool.
Too long, Barry.
Right, meanwhile, as the sun sets slowly over the auto cue, John Wayne is still at it.
4, take 4. Action.
Well, folks, I guess by now you know that there's one brand of outlaw that I don't mind hanging out with. The Grosby outlaw. The rough ones, the tough ones, the mean ones.
4, take 6. Action.
Well, folks, I guess by now you know that there's one brand of outlaw that I don't mind hanging around with. The Grosby outlaw. The tough ones. And the cheap ones also. And you know the price is right, or I wouldn't be doing this commercial.
Not yet.
A salad isn't complete until it's Kraft dressed. Kraft dressed, best dressed with Kraft coleslaw dressing.
So there you have it. If advertising does really reflect the ideals of a nation, what do you think this lot have said about us? Indisputably, the best adverts are great entertainment, and the worst are an art form all on their own. One final word on the goof take. Someone once defined humour as the difference between man's ambition and his actual achievement. And goof takes are just that. As John Wayne said, after 72 takes, nobody's perfect. And you'll see what I mean as we close with a demonstration of the only thing I have in common with the late and the great Duke Wayne. Good night.
Well, it's a lovely little thing, you know.
It's those little things. Talk about this. Who told you?
Well,
We have
we have shops like this in Barnsley. They're called Ironmonger.
you know, it really is larger than I thought it was.
I've got a pair of brass monkeys at home, which I put on the
Yeah.
mantel shelf. And they turn green when they
It's about to rain.